Resentment in your relationships is actually not about your partner. It's about you. Resentment is just masking self-abandonment, meaning that there's something that you want to have happen or that you need to have happen with your partner, and it's not happening. And so you have this expectation that they're going to meet your need. First and foremost, we got to look to ourselves to meet our needs before we expect anybody else to. And if you don't know what your needs are and you don't know how to communicate them and you don't know when they are or are not getting met, then it's really hard for your partner to even stand a chance to meet those needs. And oftentimes this means that we have to get very specific with what we want to have happen. Now, I get DMs all the time about struggling relationships, and it's mostly from women complaining about men not meeting their needs. And when I ask them, well, what specifically do you want to have happen? Well, I want him to show up for me more, or I want him to, XYZ emotion. I want him to be there for my emotions. Those are all very vague terms. So what does that actually look like? Because I do believe men need very specific things, but also both parties have to be willing to do the work and not just get complacent, which is what I find both parties are doing. Usually women are trying to play the peacekeeper, and whatever the man, says he's going to do, he's going to commit this time, or he says it's different this time, and then it's not different. But the expectation of the woman is that it's going to be different immediately, likely because she's been struggling for a very long time and she is desperate to either get out or have things change. And he is now realizing, oh my God, I'm about to lose her, or I am losing her. Now is the time to change. But neither one of them have the tools to get out of the behavior and the pattern that they're in. And while you can point the blame at your partner and go, you're the problem, I certainly did that in my marriage, but even looking back, I was an enabler. I allowed him to treat me the way that he did. I accepted that behavior from him by not setting boundaries. So my challenge back to you, if resentment is building in your relationship, is where are your boundaries, your non-negotiables? Meaning you will not tolerate a certain level of behavior, or what is the consequence? Because an enabler doesn't enforce consequences, whether that is removing your access to something, whether you're removing access to your partner and saying, if this continues, this relationship will no longer continue. I will not be treated like this. Oftentimes it's coming up together with a plan of how you're going to solve things, and then you work the plan. You will find, no matter what you're facing in life, as long as you have a plan in place that you're working, even though it may take a while, that hope will keep you going until things get better. If you have really strong boundaries and that person chooses not to step up in the ways that you both have mutually agreed are going to be the changes to the relationship, then you make decisions based on that choice of theirs or yours. They made their choice to not do the things that were going to make the relationship or the marriage work. And so you have your choice to follow through on whatever the consequences of those choices are. So if you want less resentment in your relationship, then you got to stop abandoning the things that you want and that you need, because you are deserving of having your needs and your wants met by your partner, by yourself. You are deserving of somebody who shows up for you, because guess what? I hate to say it, if they wanted to, they would. It's a choice to make a relationship work, because relationships have ebbs and flows. You kind of grow apart and then you try to bring your ruts back together. And if somebody is not equally concerned about the well-being of your relationship and is also not wanting to make it work and be different, they've become complacent. And that says a lot. And if they're unwilling to put in the effort to make it work with you, then they're going to be forced to put in the effort to make life work without you. And that's a choice that you get to make for yourself, and they will have to deal with the consequences, and you don't have to make it okay for them to suffer the consequences of their neglect and their complacency.